Hello. Hey. Hello, hello. Okay. Standard disclaimer. I think I'm live. Believe so. Standard disclaimer is if you are watching this on playback, uh, basically you need to wait 12 to 24 hours if you don't want to get deluged with a bunch of ads. It takes a little while for me to have access to the back end. Any other disclaimers? The description will get updated later as well if needed. So, standard disclaimers, but welcome everyone to the chat. We already got some people here. Oh, thank you. Yeah, I would say that the doctor's appointment was not good. But they did give me some pain relief. Unfortunately, I think this is going to be an ongoing saga. So I'm still kind of processing that, but I thought this would be a nice distraction. So I am feeling better though. They gave me some nice strong pain relief, so I appreciated that. Hello. Thank you everyone for the good wishes. I appreciate it. Hi there. Hello. Good evening, everyone. So in terms of topics, I want to talk about something positive. I talk about something happy. So I thought maybe we could talk about like things we like on Booktube, different kinds of content. Oh, I don't know if you can see the kitty cat. We do have kitty cat here tonight. I started letting them come in here about a week ago, and I am very much enjoying having them with me during the day. They are still sort of like marking their territory, so they're into everything. So it's always fun. Every day I get to find out a new thing I forgot to kitty proof, so it's an adventure. Hello everyone. Hi there. Good evening. Oh, welcome. Yeah, so I thought we could talk about things we like on Booktube. Also, I was thinking about at some point doing a some kind of like viewer survey to see what things people are interested in from me, but frankly, that sounds like work I'm not going to do. Just sounds like something administrative work I could add to my plate that I just don't want to do. So I thought maybe we could just talk about that here. Things that people like, things people don't like. What are you doing? Like I said, every day we find new things I have not yet cat-proofed. Oh, okay. This time we found a random Glossier sticker. I don't know where they got that from, but okay, there we go. If you like that, you may like this. Okay, I'm glad to hear you guys like that because that's one of my favorite things to do. I mean, I can't do them all the time because I have to kind of think about them and save them up, but I definitely do enjoy that format of video. So, hello to Ottawa. Yes, they are very, very cute. But yes, as you say, Amy, cat mischief is the best mischief. They are very mischievous, which they should be. They're not even a year old yet, so it's part of the young cat charm is that they are into everything, but it's part of the deal. So, in terms of things that I like, oh my gosh, what are you doing now, sweetie? Okay. Let's see here. Yeah, it's a fact. It's an ongoing journey of trying to outwit them, and they will not be outwitted. So, hello to Colombia. Oh, okay, yeah, I really enjoyed that video. It's interesting because those videos I always know are not actually going to do as well. Like, it's interesting. I love making that kind of content. Like, I like the tier videos. They're fun for me to do, and I really enjoy watching that on Booktube, but I always know it's not going to do as well. So I'm glad, Nev, that you liked it. I enjoy making them, but I don't think people enjoy watching them as much as I enjoy making them. Yeah, if you like that, then you would like this. Recommendations, specific genres, or maybe specific like types of books. Yeah, I agree. Seasonal recommendations do seem to be something people really enjoy. I guess I just don't think of myself as a seasonal reader. Like, I know we're supposed to be getting into fall. Like, I went to Trader Joe's this weekend and they had all of the pumpkin stuff out, so that was exciting. But I don't feel like it affects my reading all that much. Like, it's more that there are events throughout the year that can influence my reading. So, like, I think of November as nonfiction time because of Nonfiction November, things like that. I don't know. Anyway, a themed reading blog. I love watching them and I enjoy making them. Again, I feel like I can't tell. Like, I think sometimes people like them and sometimes people don't. Maybe it just depends on the kind of theme as to if people like them from me anyway. But I love making them. It's like a project, so it's fun. Specific recommendation videos, poetries, enemies to lovers. Yeah, I like that too. I think people tend to enjoy that content from me, from what I can tell. So vlogs, taste tests, wrap-ups, providing reviews. I don't care for hauls on hauls, bookshelf tours. Yeah. I kind of have an ongoing conversation with myself, talking to myself basically, about hauls and unhauls because I do really like watching them. They are a nice thing to have in rotation in terms of a video idea every month because they're one of the easier things to film. So it's like one of the kind of lower effort type videos. And I also really enjoy unhauling and I like watching it and I like making it, but I totally get why people don't like them. I think if I were somebody who did a strict TBR every month, I don't know that I would do a book haul, but I feel like that's kind of part of how I show things that are on my radar or things that are on the docket, like sometime in the future. So I don't know. I go back anyway. All that to say, totally valid to not like that. I personally like making and watching it, but I also feel conflicted about it basically. Just especially sort of in terms of like in the pandemic and like the consumerism aspect. I don't know. But I've gotten very strong feedback that people don't want me to stop doing them. So for now, I think I'll keep doing them, but I totally get it if it's not for everyone. If you like this and you like this. Hey to New Jersey. Okay, people agree that seems to be one people really like. Yeah, pets are always into something. I love long-term projects and challenges. In terms of like filming, I'm finding that this is like my favorite thing to do. I just find it satisfying. It gives me an opportunity to be like a little more creative than I can be in some of the more kind of like this kind of video or in like just sort of sitting down and talking about something. So I love it. I think some people also really love it, but it's not for everyone. So and obviously it takes a lot of work, so you can't always have that going. Yeah. Okay, another vote for reading blogs. I also enjoy them. I love when booktubers put up videos they enjoy doing. It gets boring seeing the same handful of videos from every channel. Yeah, and that goes back to like that one Nev mentioned earlier, the analyzing romance covers and ranking them. That's one of the videos I've enjoyed doing most recently, but it also like I know it wasn't a video for everyone. So it's kind of a hard balance because like I want to do things that you guys enjoy, but yeah, I mean, it's ultimately my hobby. So I want to make sure I'm still liking it too. Holiday recommendations. Yeah, that's another thing. Some of these ones that are more seasonal, I feel like the longer I'm on Booktube, the more it's like, well, I've made that video, but then do like I remake it? I don't know. Maybe you guys can let me know what you think about repeat video concepts over time. Secret TBRs and vlog. Oh, good. I'm glad you guys like that. Yeah, that was really, really fun. Me and Bethany were, because we didn't tell each other any of our thoughts about how it was going. So like I had no idea if she was hating everything I gave her and vice versa. So we when we finally got to talk to each other about it, we really personally enjoyed doing that. And it seems like people enjoyed that video. So yeah, it's hard for me to keep a secret is the thing, but I could have more secret TBRs if you guys are interested in like not knowing anything about the books before they get into the vlog. I don't know. I'm not good at secrets, so maybe not. Oh, good. Yeah, I like that too. So to me, the master of a reading vlog, or the person who does reading vlogs that I most enjoy watching, is Books and Lala. Like, I just think she makes them like sometimes, I mean, I don't always love them, but in general, I just really like the way she approaches them. So I've tried to analyze what it is about her vlogs I like and tried to bring that more into mine. But I don't know, you guys can let me know if there's specific parts of vlogging that you like more than others. Like, I feel weird leaving long cuts of me just like reading in, but I also feel like that can be a nice transition. So I don't know. And I've seen some people who literally just have entire videos of them sitting there reading. And some people like that as sort of company for reading. That's not something I watch, but I don't know. I like stuff about reading habits and tracking and such, but I'm a nerd about that sort of thing, and so probably in the minority. Well, I am also, I mean, if you guys have not seen some of my spreadsheet videos, etc., I am also definitely very much a nerd about that stuff. So I enjoy talking about that. I've also thought about, because I love me some TikTok these days, and I've thought about like what kind of bookish TikTok, excuse me, I might be able to do. And one of the things I thought about was like doing a deeper dive or like more kind of anecdotal things about how I track books or like how I get deals and stuff. So I don't know. I also like those kinds of videos. Hopeful nonfiction recs to get us through the rest of the political season. I would love that. Well, really my answer is just go read My Life in France by Julia Child and then vote. Ignore everything until you can vote. Because honestly, what else can you do? Like yeah. Oh man. These are tough times, guys. Book stats and book journaling videos. Okay, another vote for some nerdy stats kind of stuff. I also love unhauls. I find them really satisfying because they're not, they sometimes include some ranting or some like negative reviewing, but more than that, I just enjoy seeing people's process of figuring out what they are or are not going to hold on to, because that's something that I'm always thinking about. Like, you know, luckily I still have some shelf space right now, but in theory, shelf space is not limitless. So I'm always kind of considering, should things stay or go? So I love unhauls as well. Yes, I enjoyed that a lot. Hate bookshelf tours, most boring. I enjoy them when I'm in the mood for them. I find them pretty soothing. It's almost like ASMR. It's that kind of, it's not like it's active viewing for me. It's more just like sometimes, oh, did you hear the kitty? Hi, sweet girl. I know. They see themselves in the window and they want to get to the cat that they see in the window. It's very sad. I put on bookshelf tours sort of like when I want just background noise. So, but I think that's fair. Taste tests for sure. I do like bookshelf tours from YouTubers I have consistently similar opinions with. I've never done one of the taste test kind of things. I do think it's a cool idea. I was in the middle of doing one, and well, I'll just say I love Bree Hill, and so I was in the middle of doing one with her, and then she decided she was gonna not continue on YouTube. She is still on Instagram, and I highly recommend you follow her over there. She's following her romance, but I just felt like that was kind of it just felt like it was bringing more attention to that situation, so I just decided that wasn't something I was going to keep doing, which was too bad because I was really enjoying all the things that I'd gotten from her recommendations. But anyway, yeah, I guess that's something I could explore trying to do again. Yeah, I could think about that. It is a fun project, I think. Yeah. So the bookshelf tours where you see every single book, I've never done a full one because like Mama has probably 1,000 physical books, probably more than that. Um, and that just would honestly be a nightmare. Even just doing it, because I did it for my classics collection tour and my Agatha Christie tour, even just that, oh my gosh, it just is a lot of work. So I also enjoy seeing each individual book, but yeah, it is a lot of work, and I don't foresee myself doing that anytime soon for all of my books. Um, oh yeah, the video where I was talking about books that weren't marketed correctly or what weren't what I was expecting. Yeah, I like that too. I really enjoy making and I enjoy watching um kind of discussion videos that are a little unusual. So it's not just a like I was talking about consumerism earlier. I think that's a topic that comes up pretty frequently. Um, and I enjoy having that conversation, but it's one that I see quite a bit. So I like trying to find slightly not unique, but just like not as well trodden discussion topics. Um, on Thursday, you're getting a video from me about bad books that I like and like why I have a problem with the term bad for books. So things like that I enjoy making. Yes. Okay. This is one of my favorite genres of booktube videos. I love the most anticipated reads videos. I really enjoy making them. I make them 3 times a year, and frankly, if it was, I would make one every month. I love making them. But I just think that would drive my channel kind of in a direction I don't know that I want it to go. But I agree, Katie. I absolutely love watching those. Like if that comes up in my recommended, I'm like, click, click, click. Um, let's see here. Ooh, I got lost in chat. Longer than 20 minutes. Well, it's not that hard for me to do. I'm a verbose bitch. Um, doing books you really like, not necessarily having to be what's just come out. Yeah, so many books that just came out. You don't see much of what one might have missed a couple years ago. So like basically not just front list. Yeah, I agree. Hopefully I have a decent mix of both. It is harder being a reviewer because there is just such an emphasis on the front list, but I try to make sure that at least half of what I'm reading didn't come out this year. And I think I'm doing better than that. So I love the currently reading videos. Yeah, that's probably my favorite video I make consistently is my mid-month check-in, just because it's sort of, I don't feel like it's as formal as the end of the month wrap up. And it's the closest I get to a TBR. So yeah, I really like that video a lot. Overly specific book recommendation videos. Yeah, I enjoy that too. I've not tried to do that in a while. Well, I guess we did it in the live stream. That was fun. I still have a bunch of those left, so I will definitely do that again because I thought that was really fun. I enjoyed you guys trying to stump me. Um, comprehensive author. Oh, I like that too. Like I made a In Death series video about the In Death series from Nora Roberts or JD Robb, and that was something I really enjoyed thinking about and making. I enjoy doing the Project Poirot and Mission Marple. Yeah, those are really fun, I think, to do. I always worry that like people who just don't like those authors, it's just a miss for them, but I guess not every video is for everyone. I think I get caught in that sometimes. I'm like, I have to make something all however many thousand of you will like all of you. I want you all to like it. And that's just like not reality. So I have to let that go. Yep. That's the thing. I like a lot of the sort of tried and true booktube classic type videos. Yeah, I do like. I'm glad you guys like that. That was really, really fun. Welcome. Yeah, I also like the anti-consumeristic bookish content. I struggle with it. I struggle with it. I don't know. Maybe we can talk more about that. I want to find ways to do it that are fresh and um, conscious of the fact that I do think consumerism of books is different than consumerism of other kinds of commercial goods, just because books are art and books are also reusable. So I do think it is somewhat, I don't think it's a one-to-one to talk about anti-consumerism in books as it is in, I don't know, like makeup or fashion or whatever. So I wrestle with how to do that, and also in a way that's not hypocritical, because I do buy a lot of books. I mean, hello, but I also read a lot of books. So I don't know. Anyway, you can tell I think about it a lot. Oh, yeah, the Jane Austen one. Yeah, that's basically thinking about my favorite adaptations. Yeah, I like those kinds of books too, or sorry, those videos too. Yes, I'm glad everybody enjoyed that. Seems like that was a hit all around. How to balance reading, booktube, work, and life. Well, these days it's so easy because what life? I'm trapped inside with this pandemic. Um, no, I'm kidding. But no, I take that point. I think I do get a lot of questions about how I read so much. And I've made a video about that, but yeah, the balance thing, I don't know, maybe we could talk about talk about that in a live stream at some point. Yes, I do enjoy a lot of what Books and Lala makes. I don't know, lately, not as much, but that might also just be because I'm in a weird mood these days. I don't know if I would trust Leanna to do a book swap, to be totally honest. I don't trust her to be nice to me. Oh, it would be very fun to force her to read a bunch of like bodice rippers though. Um, oh, thank you. Yeah. Yeah, I think that Books and Lala has a lot of like innovative content ideas, and I really respect her ability to translate overall YouTube trends into something that's related to books, which I try to do as well sometimes. I don't think I'm as good at that as she is. So I respect her ability to make that alchemy happen. Oh, thank you. Yeah. And that is true. I do think you can definitely tell when people are like really into a specific video, and that does make it fun. I mean, I can watch people who like, if you're passionate about something and you just want to nerd out about something, I mostly can watch people do that for a while. So I agree. Okay, I'm glad other people like my stats. You guys, this year I'm going to officially have 10 years worth of reading stats, and I'm so excited. In January, I'm going to do a retrospective of the last decade of my reading stats and talk about the trends. And, me and Katie and whoever else are stats nerds can enjoy that together. Short reading vlogs, 30 minutes or less. Yeah. Yeah, it's so hard. If you have more than like 2 or 3 books, it's so hard to keep it under 30 minutes. Um, I keep like getting them down to like 40 minutes, but yeah. I also enjoy seeing just like little transition things. So I love your review and your Agatha Christie ranking videos. More on Nalini Singh or JD Robb. Yeah, I am considering, I think I mentioned this in a video, I'm thinking about doing a project where I read all of Nora Roberts. And I have to think about how to put that in a video. It would also be a very long-term project because the woman has written like 200 books. Now, granted, I have read probably a quarter of them already just purely by reading all of the in-depth books, but whew, yeah. Content thing, but I really appreciate when Booktube creators interact with viewers or the rest of the Booktube community. I gravitate towards the more welcoming creators. Yeah, I mean, for me, the fun of Booktube is the community bit. That was why I started a channel, was because like in my real life, there weren't that many people who actually really loved reading books. Now, funnily enough, at the job I'm at currently, pretty much everyone on my team are big readers. So like it's interesting because now I don't think I have that void as much. But yeah, I agree. I appreciate the communal aspect. Like, I think it's really, people who you'll often see in chats, like Bookish Realm. She is often in chat. I see like Jocelyn from Yogi with a Book, or Mari from My Name is Maddie Ness. Like, you see creators in chat, and that always makes me, like, not just mine, but just like in general, when I go to chats and see people in them, I like that. I think it helps build our overall sense of community. Oh, good. Okay, we do have some people who love my nerdy book stats. Yeah, that's very true. That's very true. It's just you had I mean, I definitely doing it with Bethany was great because we know each other's tastes well enough, etc. It is a little tricky. It's like it's kind of a commitment. So I understand why it's not something people do all the time because it is a more intensive collab. But it makes me wonder if there's things I could do that would be collabs that would be less intensive with people. I don't know if people would be interested in that. Okay, we're here for the nerdiness. Live reading sprints have been appealing to me lately, probably for the illusion of socializing while still getting in reading time. I have seen those coming up more, and it's not my thing, but I can definitely understand like kind of that sense of, virtual community being appealing. Yeah, that's if I was going to do another bookshelf tour, which I might next year. I don't know. It'll have been 2 years by then since I've done one. That's how I would do it. Okay, I'm glad everybody liked that TBR swap. More votes for me and Leanna. Okay, maybe we can maybe Shay and I can talk about like torturing each other. I can give her the most I don't know. We have a ton of taste overlap. I guess we could find things that we would both be into, but yeah. Stats, vlogs, and unhauls. Critical perspective on books, and I like it when people unhaul and have a reason for why. Yeah, I do too. I enjoy seeing why people are unhauling things. Yeah. YouTubers, people in other countries. Yeah, I honestly, unless someone has an accent, I don't know that I always know where somebody is from. And I say that an accent that is not an American or a Canadian accent. How about how about I clarify that? Yeah, one of the hard things, I mean, this sounds like a high class problem. One of the hard things about your channel growing more and being committed to a certain number of videos a week is that it does make it harder to find time to watch other people's content. And it's pretty easy, or at least speaking for myself, it's pretty easy to get in a rut of watching a lot of the same people. I frankly, I feel bad admitting this, but I don't really seek out new booktubers because I'm already never getting to all of the videos from the booktubers I watch. And I also enjoy other kinds of YouTube content. So I feel like you guys know a lot of the people that I watch at this point. Yeah, I don't know. But I hear you. I enjoy watching shout out videos too, and then I get more people to watch, and then I don't watch them as much as I want to, and it's a vicious cycle. There are some bookshelf tours on my channel from last year, so go, knock yourself out. Oop, I got lost here. Okay, there we go. Yeah, ASMR. Yeah, I mean, I definitely think they can lend themselves to that sort of, sorry. You see me over this comment? I can definitely see how it does somewhat lend itself to consumerism, and I think it can lend to this feeling if you have to own a lot of books to be a valid reader or be a booktuber or whatever, which is such baloney. I mean, you could just have your e-reader and have thousands of books and nobody would even know if they didn't because they can't see them, or you could just read from the library, etc. But yeah, I like them for ASMR. I do understand the sort of worry about the consumerism aspect. I share that worry. Yeah, it's a lot of books. And I should say, I didn't really let myself fully start collecting until I bought this house and knew that I was not planning on moving again anytime soon. Before that, I mean, I'm not going to say I had a small collection, but I would say that I would say maybe half the size it is now because I had to move those books. So, and a lot of them were living at my parents' house, etc. So, yeah. Okay, yes. So I also love this video and I've done 2 of them and I want to do the other one, but I feel like I can't do it until I read at least 1 or 2 more from the last prediction video, and they are on my TBR, and I'm hoping that I'm going to get to them here in the next month or 2 so that I can make a refreshed 5-star prediction video before the end of the year. But I love this video idea. Like, I love watching other people's 5-star predictions, and I love the follow-up, finding out if they actually like them or not. So yeah, I think like 20 to 30 minutes for me is usually a good video length, unless it's like a video essay, and then it honestly can't be long enough. Like, I just want it to go on forever. Oh, thank you. Yeah, I think a good way to make sure you're not just talking about hype books is to like kind of pick a theme, because then it makes you sort of branch out of the books you always are recommending. Yeah, I could do more of that. More backlist videos. It sounds like there's some interest in that. I have really unpopular opinions when it comes to my bookish thoughts, so I love seeing what other booktubers' unpopular opinions are. Yeah, the thing is that always cracks me up about unpopular opinions is that they're rarely actually that unpopular. So it's more just like not even a hot take, but like a lukewarm take. But it's fun, I think. One thing I wanted to do in live stream with you guys at some point is unpopular, not book opinions, but like book culture opinions that I have around, well, that would be its whole other video, but at some point during live stream, I want to do that. So I have to get some time to get my thoughts together on that. Unique booktube videos are always a nice surprise. I'm not a fan of booktuber stats and hauls. It'd be fun if you let your readers suggest and pick your next TBR. Yeah, I just don't. I'm sure that would be fun, but I don't foresee a forum where I just let people carte blanche pick things. I really enjoyed and actually thought about next year doing regularly, like maybe once a quarter, where you guys give me numbers and I have to read randomly from my TBR bookcase, because that was really fun and it was a nice way to sort of like make me pick up something I wasn't imminently going to pick up, but like obviously I want to read it because I own it, kind of a thing. So I really had fun doing that video, and I could see myself doing that more regularly. Oh, yay! I'm glad you enjoyed them. I enjoyed making them. The last one is weird because I filmed it the day my dad died, and I, for some reason, was very fixated on having to film that. You know, my Virgo moon. I couldn't help it. So, but I enjoyed doing that reread, and I enjoyed making those review videos. So I'm glad you like it too. Okay, sounds like people are into this idea. In terms of genre deep dive, sometime soon I've got a genre overview video coming up, because I've gotten people asking me like, can you just like tell us what different genres are or mean? Like for instance, what's the difference between like a mystery and a thriller, that kind of a thing. But I enjoy those kinds of videos too. Okay, I'm glad to hear you guys like those. I worry that they're too specific and that people won't find them interesting. But I say that I find it interesting. I find that interesting content on other people's channels, even if it is not like, I will happily watch like a where to start with Brandon Sanderson kind of video. Not because I personally am that invested in it, but just because I like listening to people talk about somebody's overall work. Oh, that's what we found. Okay. I kept hearing this little like clickety clack noise, and my kittens found a little piece of plastic. So there we go. If you ever lose something, just get a cat because they will find it. I personally don't like when booktubers play games to pick their TBR. It's fun and random, but I want you to pick books you want to read. Like, the TBR jar. Yeah, I mean, and I think even just in this chat, this is a good reminder to me, like I said earlier. I think I often have the mindset of I want to make content that all of you are going to like. And the reality is there's a lot of you and you all have different opinions. So I'm never going to be able to make things that all of you are going to like. And that's okay. I think even just the exercise of seeing your responses is helping me remember that and be more okay with that. Because, I want you guys to like what I make, but, we all just have different preferences. Even if you like me, you're not going to want to watch every video from me. So. Oh, okay, Julianne. Julianne is watching all of my content, so thank you, Julianne. Okay, good to know. Yeah, I do enjoy the classics content. It does bring out some really annoying comments, but I'm getting better at just ignoring those. Okay, that's a video I had so much fun making. So I'm glad you liked it, Shauna. I made it, I don't know if it was one of the first vlogging attempts I had. So I think I learned a lot about how to vlog from that one. Well, not one of my first, but like a longer term project. It was like a 4-month project, and I think I learned from it. And I had so much fun making that video. So I need to find, maybe I'll do one based on like my Enneagram or Myers-Briggs, or maybe I'll do it for my moon sign. I don't know. Will I be doing Booktober? Not specifically. I am going to try, I think the classic I'm going to try to read that month is The Tenet of Wildfell Hall. So technically that would count, but yeah. Yeah, I think the answer would, like, I think part of it's a fool's errand to try to come up with like a definitive answer about what to do with consumerism. It's more about having that be like an ongoing dialogue with yourself. Hold, please. My cat found something else. Just one second. Hey. Oh, okay. Well, I had peanuts as a snack today, and he found one that I managed to drop. So there you go. I appreciate that, Hastings. Thank you so much for helping me find trash on the floor. Yeah, I think it's more about just sort of like an ongoing awareness thing. I really enjoyed that. I'm gonna tell you, I think it's gonna be a while until I'm allowed to drink. God knows I could use a drink, but I think that may be a while. But I think I definitely do want to do Wine and Prejudice. I really do. I think that would be fun for me to get drunk and talk about like hot takes that I have about Pride and Prejudice. I have a couple of other ideas where I could, get a little tipsy and do something, but yeah, we'll see. Okay, favorite, least favorite adaptations or retellings. Yeah. I did enjoy making it. Yeah, that's pretty much the leitmotif of this chat is the cats are trying to, get into everything. Isn't that right, sweet boy? I think they're still just so excited they're allowed in here that they're enjoying exploring. Yeah, I think you can tell if people are not into the content they're making. I don't know. I wonder, because like there's times where I'm filming and it's not even maybe that I'm not into the idea. It may just be that I'm in a weird mood that day. And I wonder if people can tell. Sometimes I think yes, sometimes I think no. But anyway. Tag videos, old school. I haven't done a tag in so long. I do the mid-year freakout tag every year, but that's really about it. They're very easy to film, which is nice. But I think, I don't know, I feel like we kind of moved away from those for the most part, but I respect the old school shout out. Yes, I'm so excited. Even if none of you watched it, I cannot wait for that video. I'm so excited to do like an analysis. Actually, one of my best friends has a PhD in stats. I should get her to like help me dissect my data. Yeah, it is a lot. So I think that will be a long It'll be a long project. Yes. Hey, John. Yeah, reading sprints are not for me, but I can tell people really like it. And Ashley book swap. I'd be up for it if she would. I think that she might be doing one with Bethany, so I don't want to step on that. I don't know that for a fact, but perhaps. So I would definitely trust her to give me books. She's a librarian. Who better? Um, yeah, I like that too. I enjoy that too. It's not good for my feed because there's too many people and I don't get to watch all their stuff. Content on how to help small booktubers get big. Yeah, I made a video towards the end of last year, and I think most of that still stands. One thing I've thought about doing is, well, and I wonder if it's too specific because I know not everybody has a booktube channel, but like I thought about doing like live streams with, I don't know, it's not like I'm an expert, but just whatever advice people are looking for. But I don't know if that's too specific. If people who don't have a channel, if they care about that. Then again, I enjoy the behind the scenes of YouTube. I know not everybody does, so maybe people would. I don't know. Yeah, people ask me for like if I have strong opinions about audiobooks all the time, like who's your favorite narrator? And I feel like I don't know, but maybe I could. It's been a while since I've done an audiobook recommendation video. I might could get going on that. Hello. How many books do I own? Total about 2,800. Physically, I would say there's like maybe 12 or 1,300. What, sweetie? Is life hard today? Ooh, okay. Yeah. Yeah, it is really hard because there's just like if you're also trying to make videos, I don't know. I don't know. It's just you have your favorites. But I try to check in, and I try to be good about if I get recommended a video that looks interesting to me from a new booktuber I don't know. I try to be good about clicking on it just to see, but I'm not always great about that. Yeah, yeah. I like rants, WTF videos. Yeah, I do too. If they're coming from a genuine place, I don't like. Like if I'm already filled with righteous anger about something, I'm happy to rant about it, but I don't want to try to like get it up artificially. I don't want to take like book rant Viagra. If it happens naturally, then that's fine. But I like some negativity. I think it's fun every once in a while. Yeah, backlist I think is important. Tropes you like, dislike series because they give me vocabulary for talking about books and the elements that grab me or turn me off. Oh, that makes me so happy. Yeah, I really enjoy making that because I do think it's really empowering to be able to name what you do and don't like about a certain genre. Hello to Brazil. Oh, you didn't need it. Why were you knitting when you could have been scratching their chins? How dare you? Um, oh, well, that's nice. Yeah, I think there's not that many people who I watch every video from them, but I definitely have some YouTubers who I watch like almost every video from them. Oh, thank you so much. You guys are very kind. Okay. People are into that idea, the Enneagram idea. Not everyone will like everything, but one group of us will like one thing with a, yeah, that's right. I think I'm a perfectionist and a people pleaser, so I think it's hard for me, and yet also so stubbornly, I will only do things I want to do. I just want you to like the things that I want to do, and then I will feel very, very angsty if you're not wanting to watch the things that I want to do. But yeah, no, this is a good reminder to me. Okay, people like that idea. Maybe I'll do the Enneagram. That might be fun. I find it hard as a booktuber because videos that people say they want to see, no one watches. Yeah. While hauls and TBR games are my most viewed, I try to balance out both, but I make videos I want to make. Cecilia, you are so right. People, it is like I joke about this behind the scenes with other booktubers because people are constantly saying like, why don't people make this kind of video anymore? All I see is this kind of video. And it's like, well, girl, the reason you see a lot of them is because booktubers know what gets views. So like they, will hop on a trend. Like I know the analogy I would say in the makeup world is people are constantly complaining about like, why don't we get tutorials anymore from people? And it's like, the reason you don't get tutorials anymore is because people don't watch them. And I also think a lot of times, a lot of what's been able to be said about something has been said. So like, I'm trying to think, like, do you need a review of Throne of Glass in the year of our Lord 2020? I don't think you do. So like some of it is if there's booktube content that's been very well trodden. I'm not sure exactly what the form there should be. I think it's harder for booktubers to find a way to make that's like really engaging. So I don't know. Anyway, Cecilia, I feel you on this one. Like I felt that hard. Yeah. TBR videos, I would feel, unless it's for a specific readathon, like I usually do a nonfiction November TBR video, and I will do that again. I also do a end of the year TBR of books I'm trying to get done before the end of the year. But generally I feel like I can't do TBRs because at any moment I may just go rogue and realize that I just can't follow it. So I feel like, I know it wouldn't be lying, but it would feel that way to me in my head. So if I didn't follow it, that is. Like your reading vlogs and themed lists, like your favorite spooky books. Okay, yeah, it seems like people are vibing with those, and I like watching those, so I'm with you on that. That's a really good point, Amanda. Good feedback. Yeah, I mean, you guys are here. I don't know really why you're here often, but I'm glad you're here. So whatever I'm doing, you guys seem to like okay. So oh, thank you. Yeah, I do think it's easier probably for me to make kind of a range of content because to your point, I do read a lot of different kinds of things. So yeah, I try to make sure that I'm never like, there's sometimes where I have a lot of ideas around one genre. Like I'll be like, oh, I want to make this mystery video and this mystery video and this mystery video. And then I'm like, oh, like not everybody reads mystery. So like, I want to try to keep a mix so it doesn't get boring. Oh, I love those too. I love any kind of spreadsheet video. I'm pretty game for. Well, Mariana, you're just too kind. Thank you. I swear I did not. I just want to be clear. I did not make this topic to fish for compliments. I'm genuinely just, like I said, I'm too lazy to do a reader survey or a viewer survey. So this is a good, feedback. Also, it's fun for me to talk about the things I like. So. Book for weird moods. I'm finding the book for my weird mood is called The Real Housewives of New York City, and it's a television program. That seems to be a lot of what I'm in the mood to watch. I did read a weird book last night that I absolutely loved called Ring Shout, so I guess that's also a good book for a weird mood. Long videos. Yeah, okay. Again, diversity of opinion. Some people want them short, other people want them long. Yeah. Sometimes I don't have time for a long video, so then I'll have to like wait and come back to it. So I feel you on that part. Oh my gosh. I haven't watched that in forever. I think I could have made that video much better now because I'm much more comfortable in front of the camera, but I'm glad you enjoy it, honey. Yeah. That was one where my WTFery was like very genuine. Oh, thank you. Yeah, I do find that's something I don't like. I know we're talking about positive things, but I do tend to get pretty bored if people's reviews are mostly just a summary. Like I can get that from the back of the book. So, yeah, I also tend to value that. Like if I like somebody, I want to see more things from them. So I feel you there. I like you're visiting our updating old video themes or like did I read the books from that haul? I was thinking about doing some of that next year of like going back and watching Not quite a closet unhaul like Lala did, but something maybe along those lines. I don't know. I'm kind of monkeying around with some ideas along that line because I also really I'm with you. I really enjoy I really enjoy watching those from other people. So, um I'd much rather a creator upload irregularly and be enthusiastic about what they're making than trudge through content to upload regularly. I think some of it has to do with the expectation you set with your audience. So like there's some creators who they upload maybe even like 1 or 2 times a month, but because I know that, it doesn't like bother me that it goes that long and it's fine. It's more that whatever like well a tip if you're trying to kind of start a channel is that the algorithm really doesn't like irregular uploading. So I think it can get hard to get traction if that's your approach, at least initially. Um, but B, I think it also, you kind of have to establish that rapport with your audience before that is something that makes sense. So I definitely agree that I don't want people just like going through the motions, but I do think that there's something to be said about some level of consistency, whatever that looks like for you. Like if it's once every other week, if it's once a month, whatever. Um, with Nora Roberts doing an Ireland themed video, even if it was just all Nora Roberts books, or doing a deep dive on an author, have a theme be a place they write about a lot. That's an interesting idea. I mean, if I had to go to Ireland once the plague is over as a part of that video, I guess I could like take one for the team and do that. So I like that idea. An excuse to travel. I like the do I have that book challenge video, but I understand not everyone wants to mess their shelves up or even has a large book collection. Yeah, that's I did one of those because I got tagged, and I can't say that I had that much fun doing it in retrospect. Like, it was fine. I don't know that I would do it again, but I think there's a new one going around right now. So I think the reason we, or at least I, enjoy backstage content, even if I don't have a channel, is because we like you as a person, not only as a booktuber. So it's like we're hanging out with a friend. Yeah, that's well said. I feel that way about YouTube channels that I know nothing about. I'm just a geek. I like learning about people's process in general, or like deep diving on their hobbies. Yeah. Hello. Welcome, welcome. My theory is a lot of books surfacing on YouTube relies on metadata. Everyone puts haul or TBR, so it looks like booktubers are talking about the same thing. So it's newsy to the algorithm. Yeah, though I think a lot of people don't use metadata for some reason. So I think you're definitely onto something there. But the other thing is people do click on it. I mean, that's the reality. So that's a part of how it gets perpetuated. Yeah, I'm terrible at sticking to TBRs. Oh, good. Okay. Seems like a lot of people like a themed list. Um, yes, when I can drink again, I will happily do another drunk recap or a drunk hot take video. I really enjoyed making that video just because I knew it was going to be a video filled with books that I really liked, and it was. So it felt like a very joyful vlog because it was like, oh, these are all books I'm really excited about, and they all ended up being good. So, yeah, I think this summer did teach me that I need to, like, that was one of my takeaways from the summer is I enjoy a project. I think you guys have seen that. I enjoy a project. I think that having a project balanced with having a lot of mood reading space is a nice combo for me. And because I do read a lot of arcs, that takes up a lot of the sort of like set TBR slots for me. So I think I just want to be more thoughtful next year when I kind of think about challenges to give myself space to start shorter term challenges throughout the year as they sound exciting to me, and be to think through how much mood reading I'm really allowing myself to do, because I do think I'm happiest when I can have a good chunk of that kind of thrown in. So, yeah. Yeah, I mean, I'm an omnivore and I do, I find it somewhat hard to find channels that I think truly read widely. Not a knock on anyone. I just think more people are probably better at knowing what they like and sticking with it than I am. Um, so I get really excited. Like, that's part of why I was so excited to find Bookish Realm this year, because I really think of her as an omnivore who, I mean, she definitely has things she likes to read, but she reads really widely and she's a librarian. So I think she's really good at kind of talking about what she's reading and why it does or doesn't work for her. So yeah, I second liking an omnivore. But I say that, I also really like channels where they have like one specific thing they're into and they are just like whole hog on it. I think that can be very charming as well. It's just not, I don't tend to watch everything from those people because not everything appeals to me. I don't know. Yeah, I'm kind of battling about what I'm going to do. That just, I like the idea of it, but the idea of adding another site into my world right now just sounds like so much work that I don't know if I want to do. So, um, yeah, I think for me, it's not even like, it's two things. One, like we've talked about, I want you all to like what I'm making. Um, so I think about that. And then the other thing is for me, it's the gamification. Like like I think because of my Virgo moon, I'm such a rule follower. I love a game and I love a game that I can figure out how to win it. And I think I struggle with that sometimes with YouTube because it's not even like, okay, why do people want more subscribers? So, I mean, like, I think everybody who has a channel on some level is a little bit narcissistic because, like, I want people to see what I make. I wouldn't put it out in the public if I didn't. So, like, there's some level of just like, I just want people to see it. I think maybe not a lot. There's a good number of people who would like to have YouTube as their job or as like a part-time job. And so I think that can influence things. I also think some people just like the idea of having a big platform because they like having the influence of it. And I don't have any judge, like kind of the clout bit of it, I guess. I don't have any judgment on any of that. I think I don't always know what my motives are. I do know though that I love the gamification bit of it. So like if I was going to tell you the motivation I'm most aware of in myself for channel growth, it's that I feel like I'm at Chuck E. Cheese and I'm seeing my score go up, and it's that kind of dopamine hit for me. So um, I've tried to be careful about like I've recently tried to be more thoughtful about not monitoring that as much because I'm like, okay, it is a fun dopamine hit, but inevitably in every channel you hit plateaus. Like right now I'm growing, but I will hit a plateau eventually, and then my dopamine hit won't be there anymore. So I've tried to get better about not looking at stats as much because I don't know. I just wonder if it's all that healthy to be super focused on that. Well, I appreciate that. I believe in the normalization of romance. Romance has been a big trend on YouTube, I think, the last couple of years, reading romance novels. So, DNF second chance video. I did do a video, I think last year, talking about my last 10 DNFs, and I enjoyed making that. Um, I think I would struggle to genuinely give a true DNF a second chance. If it's like a full DNF for me, I have like what I call 3 strikes and you're out. So sometimes I'll put a book down where I don't think I'm gonna like it if I read it right then, but I'll come back to it. I think it'd be hard for me to have enough of a open mind to truly give a full DNF a second chance, but I did really enjoy making that like why I DNF'd the last 10 books I DNF'd. So yeah, I should look into if I've got enough to do that again. Because that was fun. Oh no, where am I in chat? Come back. We were here. There we go. Okay. With another creator. I like hearing different opinions. I love it when other people come on live stream. I just think it's fun. It's less work for me, and it's just nice to chat because I agree. I think it's fun to hear different people's perspectives. So, I love that series. I often will put that playlist on in the background and just watch it because I think that was a fun series. Oh, nice. Man, you're more disciplined than I am, clearly. Yeah, readathons I haven't done a lot of. I find them kind of stressful, and they're not really the kind of challenge I personally like for the most part. But I know, I mean, people love a readathon. Like, there's 3,000 readathons now. So I do watch a good bit of readathon content. I just don't make it. So, yes. Oh, to Ireland. Yeah, a research trip. Updating haul. Yeah. I think I've been noodling on some ideas about that, so I'm glad you guys are interested in it, in that kind of idea. Oh yeah, we talked about that. Small town romance interconnected series. See, and I think that's so specific. I think that's probably something more I might do for like Read Bliss if they'd be into it. It's been nice having Read Bliss as another outlet for very specific romance recommendation ideas because I just don't think I don't think it quite fits on my channel, but I like doing it occasionally. So it's been nice being able to make content for them, and they're great to work with. So, oh, okay, I cannot believe that we've not talked about year end, but okay, you're saying you like getting to know the booktubers a bit more. I do as well. I enjoy kind of like chattier videos. So probably my favorite type of booktube video is a year-end favorite video. And it's going to be interesting this year because most of my subscribers have not been with me through a year-end reading cycle, but Homegirl goes in. I have, I think, like 8 year-end videos planned already because I read so much. So if I only had a top 10 of the end of the year list, that would be such a small fraction of what I read, and I just can't do that. So like I have a best and worst of romance, I have a best and worst of mystery, I have a best and worst of SFF. Like I do the full thing. So I will be interested to see how the new subscribers respond to that because you guys, a lot more than half of you have never been through that with me. But I do basically a full month of year-end wrap up because I adore making it. I love watching other people's. It's my favorite time of the year on Booktube. Yes, I've thought about doing some drunk Agatha Christie things. You guys can keep your fingers crossed that someday I am allowed to drink again. So, I love live streams. Yeah, I do too. That's why I do them almost every week, at least during the pandemic. It's been nice. It's a nice little routine for me. I've enjoyed it. I talked about the library. I did a few of those like at the beginning of my channel. Yeah. I mean, I love the library and I feel like I talk about it in passing. And I don't know that I'd have a lot to say. I did want to ask Ashley from Bookish Realm if she wanted to come on and talk about like ways to support libraries during the pandemic. So I need to ask her if she'd be into that. Also, I would just like to chat with her. She and we've been chatting a little bit on Instagram DMs, but I really like her. I'm like trying to make her my booktube friend. Hopefully she'll succumb. Let's see. Yeah, the library saves me so much money, especially on audiobooks. So, ooh, a library assistant. What? Yeah. I think if you're a librarian, you kind of have to be at least a little bit of an omnivore. I think it'd probably be hard to be a librarian and not be at least okay with most most genres. Um, yeah, one thing I wanted to do again before the pandemic, and I think maybe I could still do this. I would like to do a month where I only read from my wish list at the library. It would be hard for me to carve out a full month of that just with ARC reading. But I think if I could get ahead at the beginning of next year, because like it's a little slower usually at the beginning of the year, I want to just purely mood read from the library because there's so many books in my wish list that, and basically just go through like whatever's available and just be like, oh, that sounds like fun. So I thought about doing that. Maybe I couldn't do it for a whole month, but maybe I could do like a couple of weeks of that because I love my library. So yeah, I thought about like going, I also have thought about doing a video of like library picks my TBR. So just go to the library and see whatever's on display and whatever sounds interesting, read that. But again, I kind of don't really want to go to the library right now. So nice. Oh, I'm glad to hear that. It's not for everyone, but it's, worth giving a try. Oh, yeah. I think I do want to do that again. Yeah, something kind of like that. That might be on the docket for next year. We'll see. Um, oh, thank you. Yeah, I did have that video has gone viral. I have more than 100,000 views on that video now, which like honestly kind of blows my mind. And I've gotten a lot of really, I mean, I get so many asshole comments from that. I think I'm actually going to shut down the comments on that video. But I also have gotten so many sweet messages from people, like especially like people who need to pick a classic for school, and that just makes me happy. I also get a lot of comments from like kids or people who are in university telling me that they use my videos for Agatha Christie stuff, and that makes me really happy too. I'm glad I can help make that kind of reading more palatable for people. So yeah, I do really like watching readathon. It's just I find it often too much pressure. So yeah, that was another idea I had of going to my used bookstore and just like picking out whatever looks randomly good that day. Um, nice. Okay, I'm glad some people enjoy my year-end videos. Those are like my favorite. I love them so much. I absolutely love making those. So, um, oh, good. I'm glad. I'm glad people like them. I love them. Like it doesn't. I mean, of course, I care if you guys like it. We've established that in the stream. But like, even if you all hated my end of the year videos, I would not care. I would make them because they're just my favorite things to make. So. Oh, good. I'm glad that people are into it. Yes, I love stats. I love all that. Yeah, I do that a lot too, Mary. I like to watch either a month end or a year end wrap up because I do think it gives you a good sense of what somebody's kind of overall taste or vibe is. Um, yeah, I think year end videos can be a very good way to test taste with people. Yeah. Um, Yeah, I do, John. I do think I'm going to do a video like that. At first, the next in that kind of series I want to do, because a lot of people ask for it in comments, is a where to start with children's classics. So I am going to do that, and then I do think that I'll do a like, hey, here's some more good like maybe not beginner, but like intermediate kind of classics. Or like if you're looking for specific things in classics, so like for instance, I read Their Eyes Were Watching God this month, which is great, and I wouldn't quite, it's not a beginner's classic because I think the language is too difficult in terms of it's just very poetically, like it's very lyrical in its writing. So I think that would be intimidating for a true beginner, but it's so plot heavy, which a lot of classics I think aren't, or like people I think have the perception that they're not. and it's not very long. So it's what I would think of as sort of like, okay, you've kind of, you've dipped your toes in, you're into classics. Here's, I think, a nice, like, maybe one step beyond kind of an easily recommendable one. So, but yeah, I've been thinking about that as well. Horror. Yeah. Yeah, I think that finding your niche is definitely a really good way to grow. I think when I first started, I had a lot of kind of like angst about that because I didn't have a niche. I didn't feel like, and a lot of my kind of peers initially grew a little bit faster than I did because they did have a niche. But I think over time, it's for me. I think my niche has become being an omnivore. Um, so it's worked for me. But yeah, it is. It's very. I mean, hey, if I want something fantasy related, I'm gonna go to like Elliot Brooks or Daniel Green or whoever. If I want something, uh, like magical realism, I'll go to Lala. Like if people get known for things. So I do think that's a good way to build. Yeah. Oh, that's a cool idea. I like that. Um, yeah, I do think a wrap up is a pretty good way to see if somebody is strong at talking about um, what they like to read. Because, I mean, and different people like different things from their booktubers. For me, I don't tend to really love it if somebody's main commentary on a book is what happened. Um, I want them to talk about their response to it in a way that is interesting. So I do think wrap ups are a good way to kind of gauge that. Yeah. I do that sometimes. I do that. I was watching which vlog was it? There was a vlog from Lala where people were guessing what the theme of her secret TBR was, and I was just sitting there like, "That's a good idea. That's a good idea." Like people were guessing things that it wasn't, and I was like, "Oh, that would be a fun idea. I need to go back and dig that list up." Um, oh, actually, I did that recently. I did that. I did an armchair travel reading recommendation list because I was feeling so salty and bitter about the fact that I didn't get to take the trip I wanted to take this year. So, um, yeah, I have a couple more of those kinds of videos I want to do. People do find me through those. I have a couple more in that line that I want to do, but yeah, not a ton more just because, there's only so much one can say. So, whew. Well, this was fun, guys. I feel like I got to talk about a lot of things I enjoy, which I wanted to do. And I appreciate the kind of dialogue. I'm mostly going to keep doing what I want to do, but I think it's just helpful to me to get a sense of things that are exciting or validate that you guys do or don't like things that I suspect you do or don't like. The proof is in the pudding. For those of you who are in chat who are creators, I mean, like you see from the analytics what people actually like versus what they say they like. But you know, there can sometimes be a discrepancy there. But it's interesting to me that in this chat, a lot of the things you guys have said, I think, are borne out in statistics from my channel. So congratulations on having a low level of cognitive dissonance. Do you ever do an obscure books review? Thanks to you, I've discovered Booktube, and I noticed a lot of reviews are for extremely popular books. Oh, thank you. I don't like purposefully do that. I think whenever I decide I want to review a book, I do it. Some of the reviews I've done over the years have been from pretty popular books, and some of them have been for very obscure books. And the obscure books, the nice thing is that sometimes the authors will reach out and thank you for the review. I would only do that I would only give a very kind of obscure book a positive review, probably, unless I just thought it was like an offense to humanity. because, I don't want to like shit on a book that's only had like 1,000 copies sold. So it's not something I do consciously. It's more just intuitively. Oh, nice. Oh, yeah, you were saying you enjoyed that, I think, recently. Well, good. How do you choose between time-based wrap-up or book number-based wrap-up? Sometimes I read 20 books in a month, sometimes 5. I read so much that I think that I would be making wrap-ups constantly if I tried to do it based on numbers, so the kind of cadence of a month for me feels right. But, I know like, Connor O'Brien, he does his based on the number of books he's read, and I think that that works really well for his channel, so I think you just kind of gotta figure out what works for you. I just pick what I wanna do. But I'm happy to take suggestions. Um, I have like a little list of ideas for live stream. Sometimes I get ideas and I'll sit there and think about it and I'll be like, oh, I think that would actually work better as live stream and not as a pre-filmed video. Things like this where there's like a lot of discussion or like kind of chatting back and forth, or if I want like real-time feedback, those tend to be ones I like better for live stream as opposed to pre-recorded. So yeah, I think we covered did we cover everything, all the genres of booktube videos I like? I do just really like, I mean, we've kind of talked about this already, but like in summary, some of my favorite videos are kind of not even obscure, but just like very specific topics that you can tell the creator is just like super passionate about, like they're just really into it. I think that sometimes is just the best content. Like my friend Leanna, who's come up in the chat a few times, I don't agree with a lot of her bookish opinions, but I love how passionately she communicates them, and she always has a reason, and she like can articulate it, I think, pretty well. And I love how like just full-hearted she is in her opinions about books. I like finding videos from creators where I can tell they're completely committed to it regardless of what it's about, which is like a hard thing to put into YouTube to find, but I do really enjoy it when I like feel like I've had that moment with a creator where I'm like, oh, like you're just like living your best nerdy book life right now. This is great. Yeah, for whatever that's worth. Author drama live stream. I mean, I do feel like that's often what ends up happening in live stream. Like I'll see something on Twitter and be like, oh, we're going to talk about that. Oh, did I skip something? Oh, yay! Yeah, they are addictive. They're so campy and fun, and they're just like yummy, yummy candy. I'm glad you're enjoying your Ruby Dixon deep dive. I'm glad you enjoy them. Do you think a lot about scheduling your videos, like not posting the same type of video? I do. I do think about scheduling a lot. I'm very anal about maintaining my posting schedule. Probably too upset. Like it's very hard for me to not be in my schedule. So I'm very picky about that. I do think a lot about trying to mix up the type of videos so that it doesn't get too samey. And I do tend to know which videos I think are likely to do better than others. So I do try to mix that up a little bit as well. Videos that I think are going to perform better, I tend to try to put often on Thursdays, not always, but often just because it does have an extra day to like live in the algorithm before I post the next one. So I don't know. I do, yeah. All that to say, yes, I do think about that. Yeah. Oh, nice. International classics. Oh, that would be great. Okay, I'll have to seek that out. Yeah, I get a lot of like some of the sometimes nicely and sometimes not nicely on my classics content of like, this is very focused on English speaking classics. And I'm like, yes, I speak English. I don't, for good or for ill in the English speaking world in terms of like wide availability or wide kind of like knowledge. We have English classics. We do have a good number of classics translated from French. We have a good number translated from Russian. And I think in recent years, we have a lot more translated from Spanish and like from South America. But like, yeah, like that's just sort of what what has been often widely available and I think is changing now. But anyway, I'm always like, yeah, I don't really know what to tell you about that. Like not I can't give recommendations on everything. I'm just not going to be able to have full knowledge. But I appreciate that shout out. I will definitely go educate myself because I'm sure the artisan geek would know much more about that than I would. So okay. You like the idea of a author drama live stream? Yeah. Huh. Yeah, I mean, I think I like to like something about what the person is reading, but yeah, a lot of it has to do with sort of X factor, charisma, vibing with them. Um, I have I have a video planned on Jane Eyre for this year. A lot of that I did. I don't know if I would do that in live stream. I mean, I guess we could do it as like book. I think I just worry about I don't know. I can't tell if that's, like, too specific to try to do, like, a book club thing in live stream. I don't know. But, yeah, I'm open to that idea. I did for, The Hunchback of Notre Dame last year. We did a live stream talking about it. Um, yeah. Oh, that's a cool idea. Bestsellers from the year that you were born. Huh, that might be fun. Yeah. Well, I just yawned if you guys can't tell. It's been a long day. So, I think probably I'm gonna dip, but I appreciate this was a really I really enjoyed this. This was a nice chat with you guys. So thank you for being wonderful. Thank you for your feedback. And yeah, you've reminded me of a bunch of ideas that I wrote down and haven't done. So I'll have to go back to that list and start kind of mining the well. Mining the well? Plumbing the well? Minding the mine? I'm not even sure what idiom I'm going for, but anyway, thank you for the wonderful discussion. And I don't think we're gonna do live stream next week. I think I'm gonna take a break. So I think you'll have a pre-recorded video that night instead. But I hope you guys have a wonderful night. See ya. Good night. Yeah, that's in the works, Tia, at some point. It's gonna take some work though. Take care, everyone. Yeah. Have a good night, guys. Bye.